Okay. So now what? Okay. I'm live. So let me see.
Is God voice working? Yay! God voice is working. Awesome. Yay! I can do things.
I can do things. Yay. So I'm live early. Did not mean to be, but I pressed the wrong button. So here I am. Haha. Yeah. So we're still on Genesis, even though I'm still live, but I don't have anything ready. So I suppose you could get ready with me. Let me welcome everybody in to say nice things to people. So we'll do that one. Oh, well, wait. You can't even see which ones I'm doing. So share screen. It's this one. Yeah. Share. And we're going to do this one. See, you can't even see it. That's stupid. What if we do it this way? No, I'm talking about the face one. No, you can't even see it. That's stupid. Why could you see it before? Was it supposed to be like this? Then you can see it beforehand. Oh, that's why. Okay. Now I know what's happening. Yeah, there you go. Because I know what's happening. Okay, so let's do things. So we're going to do another one. We'll do this one because Jesus is getting ready to watch the party pen. It's a good time. Okay, now what else? Um, we'll say hello, everybody, and everybody will say hello, Dr. Nikki Sage. Yeah, it's a good time. Anyway, um, now that we're done with that, because yay, um, I guess we're gonna get to reading Genesis, and hopefully people notice that I'm live because again, I went live early because, well, there's no reason. But you know what I could do? I could just share my link, right? You can share your own content. I'll share my own content because I do that. Yeah. The Bible lady reposted your topic. I wonder if General Piggy is going to show up. Maybe not. I don't know. What else? Oh, yeah. I do need to share this in one place. Um, you know what? That's what Pill needs. A scroll bar. The foxhole needs a scroll bar because that would be highly helpful. I'm going to post this and hopefully people come. There's Sheriff Hector. That's my phone. Sorry, it's so close to my microphone. That was telling me Sheriff Hector is here. So, cool. Then I don't have to share it anymore. Yay. So, now that, that's letting me know it was time to start going live. See, I started trying to go live at 9:30 so I could be ready by 10 o'clock. And then I hit the wrong button. So now you guys get to sit with me for a second while I handle BI. And I appreciate that. That coffee needs sugar. See, I would have had 15 minutes to put sugar in my coffee if I wouldn't have gone live early. Yeah, but that coffee really does need sugar. And if you would not mind giving me 1 second so I can put sugar in my coffee. Well, I don't use real sugar, so it's not real sugar. I use sugar shit. I don't know, it's white and powdery. And I use that instead of sugar. I lost 45 pounds doing that. Yeah, it sure did. And I gained 10 of it back. I weigh 170 pounds now. So depressing. Anyway, let me go get some sugar shit in my coffee because I really need it. So thank you. Dun, 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 dun. Perfect. Thank you. Ow. Yeah. All right. So, we are on. We're on chapter 12. Yeah. This is one of the best parts of this. Hold on. I can't read this. What did you say? Hold on. I can't read it, babe. I can't read it. Hello, sage and heathens. Remember, blame Neil. Yes. and hellopill.net. Welcome, everybody. Hi, Road Dog. Welcome. Yeah. So, we are on the best part right now. I mean, we just read this a couple of weeks ago to prove the Ethiopian Bible is bullshit, but still, it's one of the best parts because God says it with his chest, man. He ain't even playing with this fool. And he says it with his chest. So, thank you for letting me put some sugar shit in my coffee. Now, let's take a drink of the coffee and get ready to go. What do you think? Are you thinking it's going to be amazing? Because I'm also thinking it's going to be amazing. Yeah. So, let's get ready to go. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. I think this medicine I'm taking is making me smoke less weed and more cigarettes. It is a real problem that I'm having. Because normally it takes me like 27 hours to go through a pack of cigarettes. I've had this pack of cigarettes since like 1 o'clock this afternoon, and I've got 5 cigarettes left. I got a real problem, and I think this medication is doing it. Oh, speaking of medication, I got some good news. I went and seen the neurosurgeon today, and the blood clot in the back of my brain is not growing back. All the parts of my brain that were majorly injured, there is no scar tissue, and it looks like there wasn't even ever an injury there. I still have some internal brain injuries, uh, but actually, they're just consequences of the brain injury itself. So I'll always be embarrassing, and I'll always be two people. So that's really fun. But whatever. At least one of the people in my head is Bible lady, so that's pretty fucking cool. And sometimes God is the other person in my head, but mostly it's Bible lady and Nikki K. It's good time. Yeah, it's amazing to be me, but my brain looks just fine. There's no scar tissue. My blood clot's not growing back. I do have a huge fucking piece of my brain missing where my seizures come from, and nothing is growing back in that place. So that's good. Yeah. So I don't have to see a neurosurgeon again for like 4 years, which is amazing. Yep. So that's really cool, right? Like that, my brain doesn't even look injured. So, and that's also a very big catch 22 because I don't look injured and I don't act injured, and people forget I'm injured. And then I have this perfect looking brain. You can't tell nothing's wrong with it. So then people are like, you don't really have brain injuries. It's like, yes, the fuck I do. What do you're, they're internal. I just don't have scar tissue. So it's going to be a very big catch 22 for me. I'm talking to you. I'm telling you about my brain. My big, beautiful brain. Yeah. And I'm talking to both of you. I would like to know what you think about my big, beautiful brain not being injured and then people forgetting I'm injured. It's crazy. And why do you act like I'm always not talking to you? I'm talking to all 7 of you because all 7 of you are right here. So who else would I be talking to? I talk to myself a lot, but I'm also talking to you. Crazy. Why are you making me feel crazy? I just said I got a big, beautiful brain, and it doesn't even look like anything was wrong with it. Yay. Which is a catch 22 because then people are like, oh, you don't have brain injuries. And you should go over there to pill.net. Okay, okay, I'm old. It's okay. I have shaken baby syndrome, so that's cool. That didn't go away because my brain still did split in half. So that is still a problem. Just didn't leave any scar tissue. Yay. Yeah. Could you imagine your brain splitting in half? I didn't even know it could do that. And then it has little fingers in the back of it, and they got snapped. Yeah. It was a thing that happened. So I have the adult version of shaken baby syndrome. But nobody tells until I'm embarrassing. And then like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah. But anyway, I want to get off that. I want to get onto this wild ass story because God, he says it with his chest, man. He is not even playing with Abe. So now, oh, my alarm's about to go off in a minute when I'm supposed to start my show. 4 minutes. It's gonna go off in 4 minutes when I'm supposed to start my show because my alarm clock is my manager. Oh, there's a cat at the back door. Hold on, dickhead. You made it on time. Fine. You made it on time. I know, I hear you. Yeah, you made it on time. Good deal, dude. Thank you. Easy again. What? Hey, Sage, what's the lesson? When God talks to you, you fucking listen. You say yes to God because when you say no, things get terrible for you. We find that out in the story of Jonah. Well, it's more prevalent in the story of Jonah because he's not the first person that told God no, but he is the first person that it is like really prevalent. Bad shit happens to you when you say no to God. Although my favorite character in the Bible is a guy called Joshua. And he told God no. And God was like, okay. Like, Joseph was that fucking tough that even God was like, oh, okay. I guess he don't gotta leave. Josh was a man's man. Yep. God was like, shouldn't he leave? And Joe's like, Or Josh is like, no. And God's like, okay. Some say you are the God, some say. Absolutely. Dude, you know how amazing that guy is. Listen, he is the funniest, trixiest. Hey, God is everything, man. It's so funny. God is a funny guy. He's real funny, very particular. He is the best. And you know, people are Jesus simps, but they get it all wrong. They do it on accident. But what some of them do, other people do it on purpose. Look, it's time to start my show. It's time to start my show. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the party pit. Welcome. And what we do here in this most amazing place, we read this great ass book. It's called God Said, because he did not fucking say that. Fight me. He did not say it. And if he did, he didn't mean it that way. Prove it. Anyway, I am welcoming you. This book is called, it's called God Said What? Because God did not say that shit. Fight me. This is God's unofficial biography, Das Bible, as read by yours truly, the Get a Redneck Bible Lady, the Saint of Awesome, your Superstone Sage, Saint Nikki K the Great. Haha. And I am fucking wonderful. So today, okay, yesterday we met Abe and we learned that he was with his father and they had moved um, to a place called Haran, which is the name of his brother. So I'm not exactly sure how or why this is happening. The Ethiopian Bible said they were being chased by people or whatever, something. But in Das Bible, it doesn't say that at all. Actually, it doesn't say anything except for they moved. So they moved. And then it's talking about Abe's father. He was 70 years old, 70 years old when he had Abe, uh, Nahor, and Haran. And then they just went there and they lived there in the city of Haran. Yeah. So that's what happened. So we are picking up right there. So if you want to know some other things that are happening, come this way. I have everything you need. I have cigarettes, cannabis, coffee, chairs with your name on it, cat beds, and canine space. Bring your animals. I love them. Yeah. But make sure your dogs don't fuck with my cats. My cats are ninjas and they will beat them to death. And also, don't let your dogs kill my raccoons. Appreciate it. Yeah. With that being said, come on and relax because we're going to have a good time. Yeah. We're going to be reading Genesis chapter 12. So, hello, everyone. Welcome. Hi, Neil. Yeah. I summoned you. And blame Neil and Debs. But I summoned you, Neil, because I wanted people here to witness God saying it with his chest. Because he's absolutely wonderful. So, we're going on to chapter 12. So, let's see. Now, the Lord said to Abraham, well, he said it to Abe. We're just calling him Abe because Abe is easy. So, God's talking to Abe, and he's like,
Abe, my balloon. Sorry, I was having fun. It's my balloon. Leave it alone.
Okay. Hey, listen. Are you listening? I don't think you're listening. You say you're listening, but are you? I mean, I'm going to assume you're listening. Okay. So, you need to get the fuck out of here, man. You need to move to this place. To a place that I will show you. Yeah. Things are going to happen. Anyway, look, here. You need to go to a place I will show you. I will make you a great nation, and I will bless you. Sorry, I just need to drink my sweet tea. Actually, it's coffee. I'm lying to you. I'm drinking coffee. So anyway, I'm going to make you a great nation, and I'm going to bless you. I'm going to make your name great. It's going to be a great time. And it's a good time. And you shall be a blessing. Except for when people fight over you. But don't worry about it. That's a different time. And I will bless those who bless you. And I will curse him who curses you. And in you, all the families of the earth shall be blessed. Yeah, it's going to be a thing. Yeah, it's going to be a thing.
so, oh, sorry. So, Abe departed as the Lord had spoken to him, and Lot went with him. And Abe was 75 years old when he left his dad's house. So this guy was 75 years old when he got kicked out of his dad's house by God because God was tired of that shit. Who's 75 living at home? Quit it. Get off the video game. So, and Lot went with him, and Abe was 75. Then Abe took Sarah, his wife, and Lot, his brother's son, and all their possessions that they had gathered, and the people whom they had acquired in Haran. Because you just acquire people. People are like, hey, will you acquire me? I would appreciate it if you adopted me and we had a good time. Yeah, adopt me, damn it. Okay. And the people they acquired. And they departed to go to the land of Canaan. Okay, time out. They're already in Canaan because they're in Haran of Canaan. Okay. begot and lived and and Haran, and they left from Ur to go to the land of Canaan and went to Haran and dwelt there. So Abe right here is going to the land of Canaan, even though they're already in Canaan. But okay. And they came to the land of Canaan, and Abe passed through the land to the place of Shechem, as far as the terebinth tree of Morah. And the Canaanites were then in the land. Then the Lord appeared to Abe again and said,
Okay. To your descendants, I will give this land.
And there he built an altar to the Lord who had appeared to him. And he moved from there to the mountains east of Bethel and pitched his tent on Bethel on the west and Ai on the east. And there he built an altar and called on the name of the Lord. Abe journeyed, going on still toward the south. Now there was a famine in the land, and Abe went down to Egypt to dwell there, for the famine was severe. And it came to pass, when he was close to entering Egypt, he asked Sarai, "Are you down?" And she's like, "I want to be down. I want to be down with you." Yeah, she was like singing Monica to him from like the 90s, and she's dancing and raving and shit. She's like, "Fuck yeah, I want to be down with you. Whatever you need, I got you all day." Yeah, I'm the type of chick they write love songs about. So, yeah, whatever you need, I got you all day. So Abe's like, "Even if you have to be my sister," she's like, "You already are my brother, weirdo." And he's like, "Oh yeah, okay, cool. We got this all day." So then some Egyptians came. The Egyptians saw the woman, and she was very beautiful. Her nose was straight. It didn't look very Jewy, so she was beautiful. So, okay. Okay. So they took Sarah and Abe to the Pharaoh, and the Pharaoh was like, "Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. And this guy, yeah, he can stay too because he's your brother." Right. So they can, yeah, it'll be cool. And then the Pharaoh, he went to sleep, and God came to him in the dreams and was like, "You, you."
You done fucked up, bro. Yeah. I'm pulling out my Tommy Gunner Fury. It's locked and loaded. Yeah. So if you don't let this woman go, along with her husband. I'm emptying my clip in that ass. And I don't know why you think I'm playing. Because I've done it before. I'll do it again. One day I'm doing this. And
then the Pharaoh was like, I didn't even do anything. Like I didn't even do anything.
I know. But I'm saying, in case you do or even think of it, you give that woman back. And don't do this shit anymore. Man, this is terrible. Don't do this. Okay? Yeah, don't do this.
So then the Pharaoh calls Abe and Sarah and we're like, the fuck did you do? Like, why did you do this to me? And Abe's like, have you seen her? You wanted her. Do you think if I would have been like, that's my wife, you would have let me live? No, I don't think you would have because look at her. And I would rather be alive taking care of her than dead. So, if you had the choice, what would you do? And then the Pharaoh's like, oh, just give him all of his shit plus some and send them the fuck out of here. They need to go right now. So that's what happened. And that's the end of that chapter. So now I'm going to answer chat. Hey, Feather. You read the Bible over and over, looking for loopholes. No, not exactly. I find the loopholes, though. Hey, Feather. It's good to see you. Yeah, I'm 40. I turned 40 in November. I take tons of pills. I take a bunch of pills, and if I don't take them, I'll have seizures and die of seizures. And actually, I read the Bible looking for songs. I always want to find music in the Bible, or at least make some kind of song out of the things I read, because the Bible is the best. And a lot of people make songs that reference the Bible. So, yeah, it's really awesome to find music in the Bible. And Feather, I'm glad you came. Oh, I talk about it in the beginning of the video because I accidentally went live earlier. My brain don't even look like it ever even had damage. It still has damage, but my brain, you can't even tell it was damaged. There's no dark spots on it at all, except for the giant hole where they removed a giant blood clot. Yep, that was the thing that happened. But CNA tried to make me, or Drunken Wizard tried to make me feel like I was crazy, not talking to no one. But we are getting to, well, it's not, it's kind of boring. We're getting to a boring chapter real quick. Um, oh, and the other thing, I don't need to get brain surgery, which is really fucking cool. But that is really cool. But the injured part of my brain, those pictures are for my other neurologist, my main neurologist, which she is the best. She's always pregnant, though. Every time I see her, she just had a baby. She's had a lot of babies. But are we smoking them because we got them? Because we're going on to chapter 13. Yeah, we're going to chapter 13. Does anybody got anything real quick before we get on to chapter 13? And did you guys know there are a lot of songs in the Bible? There's a lot of System of a Down in the Bible. There's a lot of Avenged Sevenfold in the Bible. Yeah. There's a lot of metal songs in the Bible. There's a lot of Demo Bogir songs in the Bible. Well, kind of a lot of metal songs. I'm fine. Okay. Let's go. I'm going. Okay. Then Abe went up from Egypt, he and his wife, all that he had, and Lot with him, to the south. Abe was very rich in livestock, in silver, and in gold. And he went on his journey from the south as far as Bethel, to the place where his tent had been in the beginning, between Bethel and Ai. And there Abe called on the name of the Lord. Lot, who also went with him. So both of them had a lot of fucking animals and shit. There's another cat at my door. Hold on. That was weird. That was really weird. There was not a cat at my back door. Okay, so anyway, Lot and Lot and Abe both had a lot of animals with them. And then their herdsmen began to argue with each other, like, my animals are the best. And the other guys are like, my animals are the best. So then they began fighting over whose animals are the best, which is a stupid reason to fight, but oh well. And Abe's like, I don't want to fight with you, dog. And Lot's like, I don't want to fight with you either, cuz look, we got to do something. And Abe's like, okay, you go this way, I'll go. You start walking your way, and I'll start walking mine. We'll meet in the middle, beneath that old county sun. We laid a lot of ground, and we both just give a little, right? That's not what Abe said. He said, if you go this way, I'll go that way. And if you go that way, I'll go this way. And Lot seen this place with all these waters and stuff and like lots of stuff. And Lot's like, okay, I'll take this place with lots of stuff. And then Abe's like, okay, I'm just gonna stay right here. You go all the way over there. I'm just gonna chill. So really, no matter which way Lot went, Abe was just gonna chill. Okay. And Lot everywhere. Okay. And this was before God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay. And then Lot chose for himself all of Jordan, and Lot journeyed east, and they separated from each other. Abe dwelt in the land of Canaan, and Lot dwelt in the cities of the plain, and pitched his tent even as far as Sodom. But the men of Sodom were exceedingly wicked and sinful. And the Lord said to Abe, after Lot had separated from him,
Hey, I gotta tell you something. Yeah, I gotta tell you something. Listen, I gotta tell you. Well, I'm gonna tell you in just a minute. I'm gonna tell you something. Okay, I did it right. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you something. Uh, Lift your eyes and look from the place where you are. Spin in a circle. It'll be great. Yeah, for all the land which you see, I give you and your descendants forever. And I will make your descendants as the dust of the earth, so that if a man could number the dust, then your descendants could also be numbered. And never mind. Arise and walk in the land, all of it, north and south, and east and west. I will give it to you.
then Abraham moved his tent and went and dwelt by the terebinth trees of Mamre, which are in Hebron, and built an altar there to the Lord. Yeah. Okay. I prefer. We haven't got to what the men of Sodom are gonna do. We haven't got there yet. I can't scroll chat. I'm having such a hard time. What would so? What are you guys thinking about this wild ass story so far? The story is wild as shit. I I'm blaming somebody that I can't get through this. But what do you guys think of it so far? Is it not some crazy shit? Like you get this voice in your head and it's telling you, yeah, you're going to be awesome. But then all the while you're having sex with your wife and she's not having any babies. But God keeps coming to you, giving you that hopium. Well, you'll hear more about Sodom and Gomorrah from me than the glory hole. I love you too, drunken wizard. You're amazing. You should just change your name to Drunken Wizard in all capital letters. BDRNKNDRKNWZRD. So be Drunken Wizard. Oh well, God sent angels. Something like that, yeah. They wanted to do butt stuff to the angels. And then Lot offered his daughters that were married, claiming they were virgins, and they could do whatever they wanted to the girls. Leave the men alone. But they wanted to do butt stuff. Yeah, but so is ginger nuts. And that's why it would be DRKNWZRD. Then it wouldn't be so big. But my name is Ghetto Redneck Bible Lady. The Ghetto Redneck Bible Lady. I'm the only one. but stuff with angels. Be right back writing a song. Yeah, they wanted to do butt stuff to the angels, but they didn't know they were angels. They thought they were just visitors. And they wanted to prove how fucking tough they were to the foreigner. It was fucking crazy. But it was crazy. Yep. But um questions what? Yeah, whatever questions you want. Yeah, we can do a small amount of Q&A, but no troll questions. Ask me a real question. Yeah, I need to get off these pills because they're making me smoke too many cigarettes. Okay. So, like, Neil and Debs are the trolls. uh, yeah, no, you're the biggest troll, but I love you so much, and I'm happy about your troll questions. But sometimes a real question is just as good as a troll question. I can't keep reading. I'm over an hour. And nobody will watch my live. Well, nobody watches my live streams anyway. So I guess it doesn't really matter. But Miss Muddy might watch it over. And she has been. And a lot of people don't like them really long. Especially with me droning on. I I I would take your questions gladly. I thought you said. Okay. Oh God. Okay. Well, yeah. Chapter 14 is these kings start fighting or whatever. And the rebel kings lose. Okay. But they go through, the kings that won, they go through and kidnap all the people and all the stuff, including Lot, right? And somehow one of these Slaves got free and went and told Abe what was up. And Abe called 300 of his dudes. And he's like, "You want to go fight?" And they're like, "Fuck yeah, everyone want to go fight." So these 300 men plus Abe go and wipe out all these other kings people, the winning kings. And the winning kings are like, "You can take all this stuff. Just leave us the people." And Abe was like, "Yeah, fucking right. Like, I'll take anything from you. Because I'll be a motherfucker if anybody says you made me rich, bitch. Because I'm already rich, bitch." Yeah, that's fuck you. I don't know. That's what they said. Yeah. So, give all the stuff to the people and the men that fought with me. They can have that. I'm not taking a fucking thing from you. And you can have the people because I don't want to be a king. So, just go on your way. Just pay the people what they owe or whatever. Give them what you owe them. I don't want a fucking thing. And Abe mic dropped and walked away. And that is the end of that story. Okay. So that was chapter 14. Yeah. So that was chapter 14. And I don't know if I can shorten chapter 15. And again, I'm over an hour. So yeah, see, that's where you go. Let's smoke some weed. See, that's the thing is my medicine makes me want to smoke cigarettes instead of weed. But it needs to be the other way. I need to smoke weed instead of cigarettes. Okay. Okay. Hey, Neil, did you see I blew you a kiss? Let's not to be chewing kind of meat. Is that Neil? Okay. So, what do you guys want to reflect about the story? Because we can reflect on the story so we can keep it. My middle finger gets a boner when I think of you. Yeah. Hold on. We need to save that. Hold on. I want to save that to my favorites. I can't save it. Why? Oh, there we go. Add to favorites, submit to channel. Fuck yeah. I do. I love that. Okay. So, good night, Neil. Okay. So, Drunken Wizard, are you reflecting with me? Road Dog, are you reflecting with me? We're reflecting, right? Like, these stories are crazy. Somebody did something. Congo drums. Okay. Well, Drunken Wizard, you wanted to reflect. What are we reflecting? I'm trying to reflect the story. Amen. See, now that does not answer my question at all. Let me talk to one of the girls. Like, one of the girls will know how to reflect on this story. Say a prayer. You know, I don't know how to pray. I'm not a praying guy. I don't know how to pray. You know, I'm not a praying guy. I don't know how to pray. And what am I praying for? And even though I don't know how to pray, I don't know why you would. You make me do it every time. And we know I'm bad at it because I'm like, hey, big guy, look, we need some things. And what do we need? You're not even ready with a what do we need? I know because you're trolling. Sorry for stuff. Yes. Add to favorites, submit to channel. Yes, absolutely. Say a prayer. See, you keep saying that. I've heard you pray. Right, I know you've heard me pray. And I'm always like, hey, big gut, we need some things. And you didn't tell me what things we need. We need more sage jewelry. I need some of those, like, rope necklaces that the sage wears, just the kind of necklaces that a sage would wear. I had some Mardi Gras bead necklaces, but I don't know where they are because they got all tangled and they fell somewhere. Nobody told me what things we need. What about you, Road Dog? What do you need to pray for? Because I had to get a prayer earlier from Neo. She prayed for my brain. And then it turns out you can't even tell my brain is injured because she prayed for me. Yeah. I had to go to a different place to get the prayer thing because I'm no good at it. I can't even pray for myself. Although I'm really bad at praying for myself. Huh? What are you making? Okay. So we'll have fish sandwiches the day after tomorrow. Okay. So pray that everyone is in good spirits and in good health. I can do that. Hey, big guy. The big guy. We need some things. We need to have a good time. Yeah. And me, I could use more viewers because that would be cool because people need to know what the Bible says because they're going to keep shitting on it until someone says what it says without all the bullshit. So I could use some more viewers. And then everybody else could use a good time. Yeah. So, like, you know what to do. You know how to give a good time. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. Ahead of time. I appreciate it ahead of time. Amen. Amen, big guy. He's a big guy. He's so nice. You don't have an. No, I have an air fryer, an Insta cooker, a deep fryer. Yeah, I have all the kind of fryers. I have a crock pot, Instapot. I have 3 crock pots. I have 1 Instapot. I have an air fryer. I have 2 deep fryers. I have uh what else do I have? Oh, I have a coffee grinding machine. I have 2 toasters, one that makes Hello Kitty toast, and what else? Oh, we have a flat top, uh, a what? A griddle. That's what it's called, a griddle. What else do we have? Popcorn maker. Uh, we have lots of kitchen gadgets that don't even fit in the kitchen. We have no counter space. We have no uh, shelving. Yeah, our whole house looks like hoarders live here because there's no room. But hoarders do live here, but there is no room. Sage, no matter how many times you read the Bible, you know it's bonkers. Dude, the Bible is the funniest book ever, but it goes in chronological order. It goes in order and the story flows. And if you just read it, you don't need to put all the other shit in it. If you just read it, you get the messages because words, it's a spell. It's supposed to show you things, and it does. And we learn so much. And I've been reading the Bible for 8 years, and I have only got through it one time because all the stories are amazing, and I go back to them all the time, especially the story of David. I've probably read that story 800 times. in 8 years. I'm mostly just kidding, but I love that story and I've read it a lot. I've read it so many times that Dustin probably knows the Bible word for word. And he doesn't even believe in the Bible. But it does not feel like I've been doing this for 8 years. That would mean my brain injury was like 10 years ago, which is crazy because people talk about it like it just happened yesterday. Is that it? Road Dog, where are you? Sage. Incoming questions. Is Jesus your Savior? I didn't believe that in Jesus the first time I read this Bible. Until Jesus things, until you just knew it was talking about Jesus. Then I started to believe in Jesus. But I did not at first. And now I'm the biggest fucking proponent of Jesus because Jesus was not nice. He was kind. Jesus he isn't anything like people say he is. Jesus was a motherfucker. And he was kind of like me. He gave no shits about nothing, but he was nice to people. Jesus didn't care what you said or what you did as long as you were following the 10 Commandments, which again is love your God, don't be a dick, and don't kill people. It's exactly what the 10 Commandments amount to. Love God, don't be a dick, and don't kill people. Yes, that would be a yes. Yes. Jesus is, he is the funniest guy. He is as funny as God, if not funnier. Because you can just tell the kind of faces he was making when he was talking to people, when he was telling the disciple things. You could just imagine what his face looked like, and he probably breathed heavy, like, and then nobody asked him, like, why are you breathing like that, dog? I think you got a problem. Is that, oh, it is Robert. Hi, welcome. I know you're not staying, but welcome. And did you see, Robert? I mixed my hair with my wig, so now they just look like they hang out together. Look, although this blonde, I need to dye my hair some other color. Which Robert and hello. Don't say that. We only worship God the second here. Don't say that. See, that's the trolling thing. And what is your incoming question? Seeing as you're keeping me up all night. And did I show you the big box of candy Dustin got me for Valentine's Day. It was a giant box of chocolate. And then today, he bought these little coffee kisses or whatever. I took a couple of them and he doesn't know it yet, but they're so good. Oh, and he bought me Jolly Rancher gummies because they're absolutely fucking amazing and they don't hurt these denture things, like pull them out. They don't do that, so it's really good. Yeah. Okay. So, what's your question, drunken wizard? I ate 20 of those today. Yes, they're fucking amazing. They are. I don't know which one you're talking about, the Kisses or the Jolly Ranchers, but both of them are amazing. Yep. And no, I pray I ate 20 of those today. So, do you have a question for me, drunken wizard? Because if you are done, I am also done because maybe Dustin will let me play Brotato. And I'm not gonna be wearing this sweater for like 5 days. I don't think I like this sweater. Although this whole outfit would have been, well, actually no. I got sweatpants on. I did have jeans with holes in them, like something I would have wore to school when I was a kid. But see, I'm sitting here talking about my clothes. I need to change my sweater. You too. You do say we love you. Oh, hey, Red Feather. Is your are you having issues with your mom again or no? Is she good now? And do you have any questions for me while you're here and we're done reading? My questions are always the same. Well, you know what? Ask one, and then maybe Feather will also ask one. Everything is fine. She just irritates me. But Red, what kind of question do you have for me right now? Because I can answer it. Any question. It doesn't matter. Oh, somebody red pilled my topic. I hope you're here. Hello. Yeah, girl. Just hope you and your babies are doing well. What color is my underwear? Hold on. Is that Feather? Let me see. Blue. They're blue. I had to remember, but they're blue. Okay. Next question. If we're just sitting here, I mean, what else are we doing? And I'm here for your entertainment because my character is amazing. So I'm here for you. And if we're making me go over an hour, we might as well talk about something. Because nobody's gonna watch this back anyway. It's too long. So ask me whatever you want. Blue, I'm disappointed. I was hoping for purple. No, that's in a couple days. They're in the dirty clothes. The purple ones. There's purple, black, blue, and gray. What is the noise in the background? That is Dustin making, putting the pot roast in the crack pot. How's it with it? Warm as fuck, but it's supposed to get cold again by Sunday, and there might be a tornado. But that's not till Sunday. And the noise is Dustin in the background putting together a pot roast in the crock pot. So he can have pulled pork sandwiches. I don't eat pork. I'll be having fish sandwich. You should add a random smoke alarm. Yeah. Well, we had a smoke alarm, but it kept beeping. So we took it down. No, he is, he thinks he's a chef. So he makes it really fancy and chef like because he's very particular. No, I'm scared of worms. I saw a YouTube video. I saw a YouTube video and they poured Coca Cola on the pork and it made worms, and I have never ate pork ever since. I was done with it because I drink cola. So if I have pork in my stomach and I drink cola, it's going to make worms. And I am totally okay on not having worms. Yeah, it just beeps. So I took it down. Hold on. Don't ask no more questions. 1 second. Hold on. Nikki, scared of a trick. I didn't know it was a trick. Why do you think the all powerful creator of the universe has such a fetish for human currency? Because it's all the gods. That's the name of the game. Kill the people, kill the gods. So all the gods are trying to kill all the people so they could be they could be supreme God. But God set his people up to be rat snakes. So he gets rid of all the other God's people. So he remains God. Because the name of the game, kill the people, kill the God. That's why you don't hear a lot of gods anymore. Because all those people were killed and that God was killed. Because his people were killed. People keep God alive. I'll look it up. Captain loves the cabinet. She loves the dishes. Captain loves the dishes. Oh shit. All right. So what's the next one? I love you guys also. I posted it in Discord. Okay. I can't watch it because it's my YouTube. I can't watch it on YouTube. Not on stream. I can't watch it on stream. Any video on YouTube. Because we have to play by the rules. Yeah, but I don't have reacts in the title. It has to be very specific. And I don't do specific reaction content. Speaking of dishes, why didn't any I didn't empty your dishwasher because I didn't even do my dishes. But I don't have, like, I bet I do have 5 million dishes now, but I didn't. Okay. Does anybody got a God question? Yeah. Let's have a God question so I can answer it to my bestest abilities. Because I have the bestest abilities. And Drunken Wizard, you always call me your spiritual advisor, but you never ask me spiritual advisor questions. I gotta give my cat some warm medicine, I think. Ooh, yeah. Yes. Was I not supposed to tell people that you called me a spiritual advisor? Drunken Wizard did not call me a spiritual advisor. Ooh. Let's see if your answer changes any. Okay, you know it will, because there's a different lesson every time. My answers change like the Bible does, because God, he has ADD and he just thinks of things. You know that. because you won't know good if you don't know evil. And again, God already has evil. Remember, he puts his evil spirit on Saul. He put his evil spirit in that snake when he set up Adam and Eve. And also, the angels were evil before God was. And they were sent down here to make this boot camp. So when we came down here, we could choose to be evil or we could choose to be good. But seeing as the children of the light are not that smart, Jesus said, you come down here and you be better than them at what they do while remaining being good and on God's side, but you are better than them at what they do. You learn the world and you get through boot camp without killing yourself. You make it all the way to the end, and then you go to front of line. But you have to make it through. If you don't make it through, you're not going to heaven. Which is why I was so pissed off about my Aunt Mary. Because I know the fucking rules. And I know she didn't make it to the end. I know that. And I know that she's not getting into heaven because she didn't make it through. She's stuck with the devil because she put that fucking evil in her arm. And I'm probably not going to heaven either because I can't quit smoking. I'm going to do something to myself that prevents me from doing the mission of God and making it all the way to the end. Because I fucked myself up with cigarettes and weed and crack and cocaine and PCP and angel dust and all that fucking shit that I did to myself. I'm gonna die early. I'm not gonna make it all the way through. I'm also going to hell. Because even after I was forgiven, I keep doing the same shit over and over and over and over and over. And God says, keep doing that shit, and I'm not going to be there because there's some things I can't do. I can't help you with if you're not willing to help yourself with it. So, if you're not willing to help yourself, God's not going to help you. And he says that you will do things I can't help you with. He told that to these people. My God doesn't hurt kids. People who claim God hurts kids. God didn't tell them to do that. God never once says to hurt your kids. No. He, as a matter of fact, wants you to love your kids. And if you treat a child bad, you will not be forgiven. You will not go to heaven. You won't even be looked at because you hurt a child. So God does not hurt kids. Heaven is filled with kids. Kids cut the front of the line. Kids get into heaven before you do because heaven is a happy place and children are happy. They're happy with what they have because they don't know anything else. Just read Jesus's story. Read. And why do I have to prove you wrong? I read you the Bible every day. You can prove yourself wrong, or you can prove yourself right. And really, when God tells people, kill women, children, and men. It's the enemies, the giants, the people of God the first. He doesn't want any of them left because the name of the game is kill the God, kill the people. But a few times they don't kill the women or the children. They rape them and save them for spoil, and God gets pissed off because he's killing the people, killing the God. That's the name of the game. And he's like, kill everything. And they don't kill everything. And then God gets pissed off. And he's like, okay, but watch what happens because you did this. And what happened because they did that? It ended up being a pain in the ass. Aren't people forgiven if they truly repent? Yeah, but that's the thing. You got to truly repent. You got to help yourself. God will help you if you're making effort. That's the whole purpose of life, is to make effort. If you make effort, you will find everything you want: happiness, purpose, meaning, and joy. It actually goes joy, purpose, happiness, meaning. You can prove in the book you read God hurt children. Accessory, I can drop. Where's the? You already did. And I already read them. And again, it wasn't God, it was people. God only says one time to get rid of the children of the enemy. Because again, it's kill the people, kill the God. You kill the children of the enemy. But he only says that one time. It only happens one time. Because these people weren't really willing to kill the women and the children. It was really weird for them because they would rather suck penis blood. You know, they're like, oh, more children to circumcise, more baby penis to suck. Yay. We love blood. That is the thing. And you're being a troll again, fucking drunken wizard. Don't be a troll to me. Hold on. Hey, yeah, that was Eli. I told you. That wasn't God. That was a person. That was a person that did that. God did not do that. Did God? No, a person did. A prophet chose to do that. And then after that, his master died. The guy that was leading him died. Yeah, he was punished for that. He got to see it. Like his master disappeared right in front of him. 2 female bears. That wasn't God. You can say it was God all you want to, but that wasn't God. God had nothing to do with that. He wasn't even there for that. No, that again has nothing to do with God. No. It's like what the Mormons do, what the Pentecostals do, with the snakes and bullshit like that. God didn't tell them to do that. They think they can do that. They they just think they could do that. It was the prophet that did that. Had nothing to do with God. See? Nothing to do with God. The prophet did that because he wanted to. Because he was feeling depressed about his master and he was tired of being called bullheaded. So he's like, fuck y'all kids, I'm depressed and whatever. Y'all are about to die because I'm feeling some kind of way. Had nothing to do with God. Had to do with that dude being real sad and depressed because his master died after everybody kept telling him, did you know your master is going to die? Yeah, that's a whole story and we will get there. All right, what's your next question? Because my answer is not going to change on that. Well, then, okay, then you already know the answer to that. As far as I remember, he just did that because he was butt sore. Well, not exactly butt sore. He was um broken hearted or whatever. I'm not reading it again. We already did this. We already did this. And my answer did not change. Still, I don't believe that had anything to do with God. I think that guy just did it himself. And if he did call on the name of God, then I guess God did it. But whatever. As far as I'm concerned, God didn't do nothing to any kids. It was men. It is man that does stuff to children. Because you don't see God sucking Peter. You don't see God doing any of that weird ass shit. And they might have been enemy children. God does say get rid of enemy children. We'll get rid of enemies altogether, no matter who it is. Kill the people, kill the God. But God usually is killing God the first people. The people that worship God the first. Although I think this is all God the second. So I'm not exactly sure which people or what people worship what God at this point, but I think it's just the angels down here pretending to be God. But I don't exactly know. What about the past? Oh, celebrate Dead Baby Day. Yeah. Again, those are enemy children. God does want to get rid of them. But also, that we'll get there, the whole Pharaoh story. We'll get there. I'm not there. But celebrate Dead Baby Day, there was a reason for that. And again, I'm not exactly sure. But God got a new Tommy Gun of Fury and he wanted to play with it. And that just happened to be one of the bullets. I don't know. But if you're just going to keep bringing up this child shit, don't bother. You know my answer to all these questions because you ask them to me every time. Ask me a different one. Because really, I think you're doing like what everybody else does and just picking stupid verses and then building your narrative. Like, I don't do that. What's the whole context of the story? What does the story mean to you? How about that? Let's ask you a question. What does the story mean to you? Like, what do you think? Like, and don't be sorry. You weren't born sorry. And I guess I don't really care. But it's the same questions over and over. You could have a new one. I'm honestly foggy on the Passover story. God got a new gun. And, like, he wanted to test it out. So he chose Pharaoh. And he kept making Moses go to Pharaoh to let the people go. But God made the Pharaoh tell Moses no. And this is really fucked up. I'm not even gonna lie. This is really fucked up. But again, it's enemy children, and God does want to get rid of the enemy. Okay. So he wanted to prove a point. So he told the Jews, put some blood on your doorway and don't tell the Egyptians, but you guys do it. And then my spirit will pass over you and it won't kill any of your babies, but it'll kill all the babies of the Egyptians, all the firstborn man, woman, child, old, or young. Okay? All the firstborn, whoever was the firstborn, died. And Pharaoh and all the people, they was pissed off. So they made the Jews run. Well, no. Yeah, the Pharaoh kicked the Jews out, and God was like, we're going to celebrate Dead Baby Day on April 14th because that's the real day of Passover. These motherfuckers are liars. They got permission to do it on the 17th one time, and they've kept it that ever since, even though God's day is April 14th. But what the fuck ever. So that's kind of what happened and why they have Celebrate Dead Baby Day. But we'll read that story coming up shortly. Actually, it's not shortly at all. It's like 50, 45, 50 more days, and we'll get close to that story. I can't believe that you don't shut up. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? None of these other fucking books make sense, dude. None of these other fucking books make sense. And I know the name of the game. Kill the people, kill the God. That includes children. Kill the people, kill the God. And that's what you do. You kill the people and you kill the God. Why do you think Christians are being persecuted everywhere? Because they want to get rid of Jesus. Because Jesus outshines communist leaders who assume they are gods. You know, like Chairman Winnie the Pooh or Supreme Leader Kim Jong Il, whatever the fuck his name is. Roly poly. You know, Jesus gets in the way of those people. That is why. Because their gods told them they were gods because they control everything. Speaking in tongues is not a real thing. It's a made up thing people like to do so they can get attention in church. It's bullshit. And if you're speaking in tongues, you have to have a translator. But really, if you are really speaking in tongues, everyone around you will know what you said. Because you speak in the language that people understand. When you speak in tongues, everybody knows what you said. Yep. Or you have to have a translator. But usually it's everybody knows what you said. They see your mouth moving, but they hear your words in their spirit. Something like that. Because I could just sit here and look, I just spoke in tongues. Do you know what the fuck I just said? Does anybody? No, because I didn't say anything. I think it's crap. Personal opinion. I was 6. Mm, yeah, okay. I don't know. Again, I don't know. But to me it's fake. If you speak in tongues, people will know what you said. Or it could be like an Anne Frank thing. You know, she could hear and she could talk mostly. But she would be like, "Blah, blah, 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 blah," and then the communist would be right next to her. She's talking about women's rights. Yeah, women's rights. Burn your bra. Because Anne Frank said so. bullshit. Again, and I think it's like that numbers thing that people do with the Bible. This means this. It can mean whatever you want it to mean. Have you ever seen Serial Brain? Like, he makes Q shit say what he wants it to say. It doesn't fucking do that. My unpopular opinion. But I'm here because I don't agree with anybody. I'm here reading this book because I don't agree with any of that shit. The message from the Bible is in the words. It's not from secret meanings and God meant this when he said this. God meant this when he said this one tiny verse. Yeah, it's bullshit. And it's not what it said, and it's not what it means. It's not even the point of it. Again, the point is kill the people, kill the gods. Even God played that game, but he doesn't play it anymore because he forgot about a science project. We're in the closet somewhere. We need to blow a trumpet on a mountain. I got lost in a store. Thought the rapture happened. The God of your Bible says slavery is okay. So does every book. Every book says it's good now, too. And being a slave is a thing that happens everywhere. It's just one of those things that happens because not everyone can do everything. Like, I don't know. And there's a lot of places that were and that are way worse than we could have ever been to a slave. And they still are to this very day. People are fucking mean, especially to their own kind. Have you heard what they do to their own kind that are slaves? They treat them bad on purpose. And again, okay, okay. What's your next question? Hey, and you've got me here, so you might as well just ask the questions while you're here. I am here. Is that possible? The material creator is. No, no, I don't think that. Some people do, and they make things up that happened or whatever. I don't think we're in a simulation. I think that we are a board game that God got bored with, and the other gods are trying to win because God don't want to play anymore. So they're trying to take over. And I think God is going to get pissed. I think God is going to get pissed. And I think God's going to win because that's what God does. That's the name of the game. God wins. Jesus is not, well, Jesus, no. Jesus was down here to show us how to live. But, well, he was trying to show us the right way to be. We don't got to be nice, but we can be kind, and we should call bullshit out when we see it. And we should remain an individual doing individual things while being good. We're good at what they do while being a kind, good person. We do things in secret. We don't tell everybody what we're doing. We have good character by doing shit when people need it done. If you are able to do something for someone, then do it. If you're not, say you're sorry and give them a different kind of help. But you ain't got to be nice. You ain't got to be nice to nobody. You tell people about themselves and you move on. You never stay. You just give the help and you move on. That is the thing that everybody's missing from the story of Jesus. Yeah, Jesus did kind things for people, but he only did it once and he moved on. You don't got to stay stuck in the loop of helping one person continuously. No. Where's Neil? As Neil, what you are doing is looping, Sage. That's because that's the answer to everything. Everything you're asking, you don't got to be nice. You got to be kind and move the fuck on. And Neil probably knows I loop more than anybody, but you're not asking me a question. Keep me stimulated, butthole. And I figure you would want full answers and explanation. But it is the answer. That's the answer. Okay. What am I doing? Oh my god. We're at 2 hours. I guess good thing I paid for the package. Come say Neil someday Neil speaks in tongues. Well, maybe he can. And maybe we'll know what he's saying. But again, I don't believe that. That's not a thing that happens. That's a thing that people make up. And all they're doing is and nobody knows what the fuck they're saying because they're not saying anything. They're just popping their mouth a lot. Look, I'm a nobody. Look, I know you're nobody. You can be. No, we all want to be somebody. And you are somebody to me. Listen, you are somebody to me. And I'm glad Deb's told you to come here. I'm glad. And I fucking love you guys. And sometimes you ask me questions that I can't really answer, and you get, I don't know, some kind of way about that, trying to prove me wrong. And I mean, I probably am wrong, but the same question over and over and over, sometimes the answer is going to be the same, and it's going to be like I'm looping because I keep saying the same thing. The answer is in the book of Jesus. We are here to help again. Yes, and I love you. I love you. But ask me a different question. And my God in the Bible plays the game that he needs to play, you know? And if he plays that game, he plays that game. And I can't change it, and he can't take it back. But again, he's talking about enemy children. So, like, would you keep your enemy's children alive so they could come and get you back later? No, you don't leave no witnesses. Maybe that's just me. I wouldn't leave no witnesses, but I think it's a lot of people don't leave no witnesses, not even babies. I love you. Tell me you love me. Even though I gave you a tongue lashing. Tell me you love me, damn it. I abused you for fun. Actually, no. I don't abuse you at all. But tell me you love me. Love me. You don't have to love me as much as the 7, but just a little bit. I say the other 7 like I'm part of that or something. I ain't even part of that. I told you I can't share. If another woman tried to have sex with Dustin, I would murk her real quick. I wouldn't be able to do it. I'd be like, oh my God, you're about to die right now. All right. What's your next one? I know you got another one. You're in there digging through your Bible for something. What do you think of the Sermon on the Mount? What do you think of my version of the Sermon on the Mount? I I don't know if you ever heard my version of the Sermon on the Mount. And I think I'm going to start going live in the afternoon, reading the story of Jesus. Oh my God. All right, so I guess are we done? We're at 2.5 hours. Holy shit. Where you at? I don't think anybody's coming over to my build anymore. I got a question. I got a question, Drunken Wizard, and it's a good one. Oh, did Drunken Wizard leave? He shouldn't have leave. Oh, he did leave. Okay. Well, then I'm gonna leave. Say a prayer. I'm gonna say a prayer because I need more viewers. I do. I need more viewers. But did you see my Sermon on the Mount? Have you ever seen it before? Oh, God. Thank you. Thank you. But you didn't tell me you love me. Hold on. I'm going to hit my bowl real quick. Um, okay. And I'm playing you. Oh, cool. So I take it, no, you didn't see my Sermon on the Mount video. Okay. Damn. Well, I made a Sermon on the Mount video at Christmas. I need healing as Neil and Deb. Well, I prayed for y'all earlier. I'll pray for you, but you got to answer my question about the Sermon on the Mount. Did you see my video on the Sermon on the Mount? And Big Yay. I've talked to you about Deb's 2 times and her breathing. you know, maybe you could give her a little assistance in that, and Neil and his issues, whatever they might be, and Drunken Wizard with his issues, although he could quit drinking and it would solve a little bit of his problems, but he could quit drinking with your help. Yeah. So we appreciate that. And I could use help getting more viewers, you know, like stay on topic, and that would be cool. So I appreciate you because you're amazing and you did all this cool shit that we're reading about, and that's really awesome. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to read this book. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. Are you good with that? Amen. So, hey, I'm going to take it you didn't see my Sermon on the Mount video, but that's okay. If you're around in the afternoon, I am going to read the Ethiopian Bible's version of Jesus, even though I don't believe this Bible as far as I can throw it. I'm going to read it for Miss Mud Duck because that's the whole reason she bought this book in the first place. So I'm going to read it for her. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do in the afternoons. We love you too, Drunken Wizard and ladies. We love you also. But, um, so, do you think you will come for the afternoon ones? Oh, check it out. By the way, my daughter is graduating from high school May 9th. She said I'm not allowed to go to her graduation. Am I muted? No. She said I'm not allowed to go to her graduation because I'm embarrassing. Okay. She's graduating high school. Both my sons got their GEDs, and my daughter is graduating. But they got their GEDs. One got it at 19 and one got it at 21. and my daughter is graduating at 18. My kids now are 21, 23, and 18. Yep, because I'm old as fuck. Okay. Okay. So, are we getting ready for bed? Yeah. How old are your kids? Well, actually, we're probably getting ready for bed, so never mind. I'll just keep asking you questions. Even though you don't ask me questions. Why don't you ask me any questions about me? Don't you want to know your sage? You know, how to get so smart? Actually, I can't answer that. I got my GED to get out of prison. So I'm highly motivated. Well, I used to be highly motivated. I'm not so much motivated anymore. Yeah, I don't know. They say it's dopamine levels, something. But I think it's my serotonin levels, you know, but I don't know. Good night, Sage and Pill. Yeah, hopefully one day there will be a lot of people over there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping so. Though I'm hoping there'll be a lot of people over there. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. I love you so much. It is time to give the pillow some head, put some lipstick on, put a ring on it, get it all over your face, and then give your sheets the best ass on the planet. Have a postcoital cigarette, smoke a bowl, and then have the sweetest dreams ever. I love you guys so much. Bye. Wait, I'm leaving. Right. Oh, I'm. Hold on. What the fuck is happening? Okay, I'm leaving right now. Good night.